Last week was our first playoff game, and my plaque psoriasis was so itchy under all my gear. Sometimes just thinking about scratching could take me out of the moment. And then my doctor told me I could get clearer skin with a pill called Otezla.
Otezla apremilast is a prescription medicine used to treat adult patients with plaque psoriasis for whom phototherapy or systemic therapy is appropriate. Otezla can help you get clearer skin after just 4 months.
Okay, ready for the next game. Talking to my doctor about a pill was a total game changer.
Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to it. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Severe diarrhea, nausea or vomiting, depression, suicidal thoughts, or weight loss can happen. Tell your doctor if any of these occur and if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts. Live in the moment. Ask your doctor about Otezla. Call 1-844-4-OTEZLA or visit Otezla.com for prescribing info about cost, and more.
The Other Side of Midnight.
77 WABC.
Local Spotlight.
Good morrow, everyone. This is The Other Side of Midnight on 77 WABC. I'm Frank Morano. Thank you for listening. It's Friday, first day of November, last Friday of the existing time zone that we're in, or time period that we're going to be in. We're going to daylight time. I've lost track of which is daylight time and which is standard time. But yeah, I think we're in standard time now, and then as of Sunday, we'll be in daylight time. But the point is, it's Friday, and you know what that means. Ask Frank anything. So start queuing up for your questions, any subject, bring it on. 646-720-0635. Meantime, as a Met fan, it's not often I find myself agreeing with a Yankees critique, but today, Ralph Nader has hit the nail on the head. Ralph Nader, a lifelong Yankee fan, he tweeted, I guess it was yesterday, "The Yankees' collapse in last night's fifth game of the World Series was a long time coming. They've been mismanaged or poorly managed since their last series win in 2009. Loaded with money, they make the wrong choices in buying athletes from other teams. They've weakened their farm system and the owner. Steinbrenner is not ambitious for a winning team because he's still making a lot of profit." Now, let's break that down. This isn't just about one bad game. It's about years of missed opportunities and poor choices by a team that should be setting the standard in baseball. With nearly limitless resources, they could be shaping homegrown stars, investing in talent that represents the heart and future of the team. But instead, they keep going after big names who fizzle out or can't deliver in the clutch. And Nader's got a point about Steinbrenner. For fans, the game is about pride, tradition, and winning. But for owners like him, who can still turn a hefty profit off ticket prices and licensing deals, it seems winning can take a back seat. Yankee Stadium may be a fortress for baseball fans, but right now, the only thing climbing there are ticket prices, not World Series banners. Fans, you have the power here. Nader's call for accountability is spot on. Demand more from Cashman, Boone, and the entire Yankees leadership. You pay top dollar to go to the games. You pay top dollar if you're an advertiser to advertise on television or radio to be a part of the games. You deserve results. And I just think there's a sense of hometown pride that comes with a player who's nurtured from the time that he was a farmhand until he's a major leaguer, rather than someone that's snatched up as soon as they become a marquee player. Once again, I agree completely with Ralph Nader. Bring me your questions, 646-720-0635.
Beam me up!
To be continued.
This podcast is supported by Progressive, a leader in RV insurance. RVs are for sharing adventures with family, friends, and even your pets. So if you bring your cats and dogs along for the ride, you'll want Progressive RV Insurance. They protect your cats and dogs like family by offering up to $1,000 in optional coverage for vet bills in case of an RV accident, making it a great companion for the responsible pet owner who loves to travel. See Progressive's other benefits and more when you quote RV Insurance at Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Pet injury is an additional coverage and subject to policy terms.
The Other Side of Midnight.
77 WABC.
Local Spotlight.
Good tomorrow, everyone. This is The Other Side of Midnight on 77 WABC. I'm Frank Morano. Well, it's clear Andrew Cuomo is positioning himself for a comeback, and this time it looks like he has his sights set on New York City's mayoralty. The latest signal? He has just registered to vote in Manhattan, a move required if he wants to run in the 2025 election. But amidst this quiet maneuvering, Cuomo's past is roaring back to haunt him. Cuomo's alleged actions during the pandemic are now the focus of a serious House subcommittee referral to the Department of Justice. This referral accuses him of lying to Congress about how his administration reported nursing home deaths, which raises unsettling questions about Cuomo's integrity. In the early days of COVID, he gained national attention with his briefings, his leadership, contrasting with what some people said was lacking in the federal government. But beneath that calm exterior, the referral alleges that Cuomo's administration was cooking the books, downplaying deaths in nursing homes to shield him from political damage. Some even argue it was all to protect his $5 million book deal. If true, it would be an astounding betrayal of public trust. Now, Cuomo's team dismisses this referral as a partisan hit job. His spokesperson even mocked it as having the legal weight of a Denny's placemat. But here's the problem. Regardless of political motivations, the allegations are serious, and they are backed by documentation and testimony from former staffers. And what's Cuomo's response? He says he doesn't recall reviewing the critical report that allegedly skewed death numbers, a stance that's directly contradicted by his own administration's records. If Cuomo is truly preparing a run for mayor, New Yorkers should think carefully about whether they want a leader with this kind of baggage. He may be claiming that he's been unfairly targeted, but the facts don't lie. When a leader prioritizes self-image over transparency, when they spin information that affects real lives for political gain, they are failing the public that they were elected to serve. So, to my fellow New Yorkers, is this really who we want leading our city? We've been down this road with Cuomo before, and it didn't end well. New York needs someone who prioritizes honesty, accountability, and genuine leadership. For Cuomo, it seems the playbook is always the same: deny, deflect, and go on the attack. But New Yorkers deserve better. We need a leader who serves the city, not one who's constantly serving themselves.
Beam me up!
To be continued.
In state and local government, tech upgrades aren't optional. They're essential. Whether it's improving digital services, protecting public data, or modernizing outdated systems, the demand for skilled IT professionals has never been higher. CBT Nuggets helps you stay ahead with affordable, on-demand IT training that's built for your schedule. Our short, practical videos and hands-on virtual labs make it easy to build real-world skills in networking, cybersecurity, cloud technologies, and more. You don't need expensive hardware or complicated setups, just a browser and the motivation to grow. Whether you're an IT admin, public service tech, or new to the field, CBT Nuggets gives you the tools to better support your team and your community. And with new content added regularly, there's always something relevant to learn. Join thousands of learners who are upgrading their skills and advancing their careers. Start your 7-day free trial today at cbtnuggets.com. Because smarter tech skills don't just help you, they help your whole community succeed.
The Other Side of Midnight.
77 WABC.
Local Spotlight.
A few days ago, a Queens judge made a ruling that shakes up New York City's ongoing effort to shut down unlicensed cannabis shops. The court found the law allowing for rapid shutdowns of these illicit stores is unconstitutional on grounds that it denies shop owners due process. This ruling affects Mayor Adams' Operation Padlock to Protect, a campaign aimed at quickly closing down over 1,000 illegal weed shops, a measure he has touted as vital for public safety. Here's the situation. New York City had updated its administrative code to make it easier to close stores suspected of selling cannabis without a license. Under this law, The city sheriff had the power to lock up stores for as long as a year, even before any formal hearing took place. Business owners did have a right to a hearing with the Office of Administrative Trials and Hearings, they call it OATH, where a recommendation would be made on whether a store should stay closed. But ultimately, the sheriff could overrule this recommendation, leaving some owners in limbo. And that's exactly what happened in the recent case involving Cloud Corner, a shop in Queens. The judge argued that if the sheriff can ignore Oath's recommendation, then shop owners aren't getting a meaningful opportunity to be heard, which is a bedrock principle of due process. I'm a firm believer in due process. It's foundational to our justice system, but realistically, this ruling raises real concerns. If the city can't swiftly shut down these unlicensed weed shops, what's to stop new ones from opening up? This decision will likely embolden other illegal shops confident that they can keep their doors open for longer, even after they've been identified. So where does this leave us? New York City needs to find a way to fast-track the process of shutting down illegal weed shops without violating due process. One option could be for the city to establish a stricter court-supervised system for reviewing each case, ensuring that hearings and enforcement actions happen more efficiently, perhaps adding a panel to evaluate Oath's findings rather than giving the sheriff unilateral power. It could address both public safety and due process concerns. In the meantime, the city's enforcement efforts are in a tough spot. We can't have our streets flooded with illegal weed shops that dodge oversight. This endangers consumers and skews the legal market. Striking a balance here is critical. And while this ruling may have slowed things down, it's an opportunity to create a fairer and more effective system.
Beam me up!
To be continued.
In state and local government, tech upgrades aren't optional. They're essential. Whether it's improving digital services, protecting public data, or modernizing outdated systems, the demand for skilled IT professionals has never been higher. CBT Nuggets helps you stay ahead with affordable, on-demand IT training that's built for your schedule. Our short, practical videos and hands-on virtual labs make it easy to build real-world skills in networking, cybersecurity, cloud technologies, and more. You don't need expensive hardware or complicated setups, just a browser and the motivation to grow. Whether you're an IT admin, public service tech, or new to the field, CBT Nuggets gives you the tools to better support your team and your community. And with new content added regularly, there's always something relevant to learn. Join thousands of learners who are upgrading their skills and advancing their careers. Start your 7-day free trial today at cbtnuggets.com. Because smarter tech skills don't just help you, they help your whole community succeed.
The Other Side of Midnight.
77 WNBC.
Local Spotlight.
It's election season in New York City, and once again, a troubling trend has emerged. Over half of the city's state legislative races are uncontested. Voters in 12 Senate districts and 35 Assembly districts have no real choice, including mine. So I wrote in for state Senate and state Assembly. These candidates are running unopposed, often guaranteed victory after winning their June primaries. In a democracy that prides itself on choice, New Yorkers are finding theirs are extremely limited. It's a shame, frankly, that voters in these districts will have no alternative voices to consider. Yet, there's a very real challenge here, especially for minority parties trying to recruit candidates. Running in a district where one party dominates can feel futile. Candidates know they're unlikely to win, so they're hesitant to invest their time, energy, and resources in a seemingly predetermined race. As someone who's served as a party leader, I know firsthand the difficulty of encouraging people to put their name on a ballot for a race they can't win. People don't want to waste their time. They don't want to look silly by losing an election by a big margin, which is one of the reasons I always praise all the candidates that run for office, especially the losers, because the people that run knowing that they don't have a high likelihood of winning, especially the candidates that give us their all, those are candidates that are doing us all a favor by giving the voters a choice. But still, we can and should do more. Political parties, both the dominant and minority parties, need to redouble their efforts to recruit candidates, even if it's just to ensure token opposition. A name on the ballot brings accountability, even if the race isn't competitive. The deeper problem here lies in the design of our districts. Gerrymandering, drawing districts to favor one party over another, has left many of our communities without true representation. These districts are tailored to create safe seats, leaving voters effectively silenced. Ending gerrymandering would help ensure that every district is competitive, making it easier to recruit candidates and create meaningful choices for voters. But in the long run, maybe we should consider more fundamental reforms. Proportional representation, where seats are awarded based on the percentage of votes each party receives rather than winner-take-all districts, could be a game changer for New York. It would give every voter a voice, regardless of whether they live in a safe district, and it would give third-party candidates and independents a real shot. I was talking about this in the first hour during Ask Frank Anything. In the meantime, the challenge is clear. For the sake of democracy and accountability, we need to work harder to ensure that every New Yorker has a choice on the ballot.
Beam me up!
To be continued.
Feel like you're stuck in career limbo? Clock in, clock out, repeat. No growth, no new opportunities. It's time to break out and break into tech. With CBT Nuggets, you can start building the IT skills that companies are hiring for right now. We make training fast, simple, and practical. From networking to cybersecurity, you'll get short, easy-to-watch videos and hands-on virtual labs so you can build real-world skills without expensive gear or complicated setups. For just $59 a month, you get unlimited access to our full training library. That includes certifications, skill-based learning, and practice exams, a $100 value included free. Learn anytime, anywhere, and get job ready on your terms. Thousands have used CBT Nuggets to launch new careers, and you can too. Right now, CBT Nuggets is offering a free trial. Easily find the training you need and test it out with no commitment. Start your 7-day free trial now at cbtnuggets.com. Don't wait. A better job is just a few clicks away.